My career is almost defined by a pivotal moment in time, pre-Gaudi period and then the post-Gaudi period. Although it's the post-Gaudi moment and it was Gaudi that changed me or influenced me, there's no way that we're replicating Gaudi. That is not possible, and it would be you'd be totally arrogant if you ever thought you could replicate what Gaudi does. But we're actually inspired by what Gaudi's done. So the pre-Gaudi was doing architecture, which was good, sound, successful architecture, things that people really wanted, particularly here in Queenstown. I think at that stage my architecture was really sort of almost set design as opposed to truly expressing the structure. And when I saw Gaudi's work, I said, this is what I'm doing is just not good enough. And I went to all my drawings and I literally ripped them up. Maybe it must have been a bizarre thing to look at, this almost drama queen type reaction, but it was literally saying, not interested any more in any of this. Woof, 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 woof. Gone. And of course my wife died 1,000 deaths because where we were now going to, where we were heading now.
He came back from Barcelona having had a whole change of view, and the next thing he said, look, I'm just not doing my architecture anymore. I'm just not. And the next thing he was looking at bits of cardboard and scissors and clipping things and steaming the kettle and bending cardboard, and it was a really quite, I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know how we were going to actually feed ourselves.
I'd get the usual phone calls, could I do this? And I said, no, not doing that anymore. No, continually turned down work, which of course frightened my wife even more.
He was known for a certain kind of work, his Millbrook work and all the other kind of things that he did. But he just had got absolutely over it all, and when he decides he's not going to do something, there's no trying to get him to do something he doesn't want to do.
At that stage I was pretty naive as to what Gaudi was doing. I could just see what he was doing but didn't fully understand, just was captivated by the apparent free-formness of it all. And later on realized that it isn't just simply a random free form at all. They are very, very controlled by very direct geometries. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And so this professor that I went to see all the time, he taught me to open my eyes. In the end, it wasn't actually looking at Gaudi's work anymore, because Gaudi had done it for me. It was now looking beyond that, looking at nature itself. Because I was so convinced that this was the correct thing to do, I would find somebody who would come along and agree with that. And I did find that somebody. It happened to be a Chinese couple. When they mentioned the 75,000 square meters, I realized it was going to be a big project, but it didn't faze me. It didn't say, oh, this is going to be very, very big. I just saw this as 75,000 square meters of opportunity.
Our relationship, especially with the Chinese, has only just begun. It'll be something that's, they're lifelong friends, and I think we'll do all sorts of adventures. Amazing people, and when you go in a direction or on a journey, you just never know what's going to happen.
And what they like about us as New Zealanders is interesting. New Zealand has a reputation, and I believe it, of being the most uncorrupt society on the planet. It's a fact. And that is something that they cherish, that we are what we are. And what they see is what they get.